Hey y'all, it's Miss Betty and I'm cooking on Farm Ridge. And today I'm going to fry some old-fashioned pork chops and I'm going to deep fry them. And nope, I'm not going to use my deep fryer because some days you just do not want to pull that thing out. But I'm going to cook them in my Dutch oven, which also serves as a deep fryer and it's much easier to clean. So I got my pork chops and they've already been washed earlier today and they're completely dry. And I'm going to season them. I'm going to use some season oil. Just put a little bit. Wrong side. Put a little bit on both sides. I don't want them to be too salty. I'm also going to use this. This is fabulous. This is Weber steak and chop seasoning. So it gives your pork chops a really nice seasoning. So we'll add a little bit of that. And I got everything mixed up in this bowl so that I can kind of like toss it around. It's fairly large. Okay. I'm also going to add, my day would not be complete if I didn't put that slap your mama on there. Man, I'm keeping them in business, I guess. But I don't use a lot. I only use a little. Okay. Oh, I'm going to put some black pepper. Always add your little black pepper on there. Don't need a lot. Just a little bit. And put a little bit in my hand. Kind of rub them. And paprika always give the meat that nice golden flavor that you're looking for when you're frying. So I'm going to use a little paprika. Okay. Just sprinkle on my chop. I have my flour in the bowl and I have it mixed with some batter that is kind of like a little secret. I won't tell you what it is. But it's a batter that I use and you can use it for multiple purposes. So I'm going to take one of my pork chops, put it over in my batter. I think I'll do a couple because I think I can get 3 in there. But you want them to be well coated. So you want your pork chops to look like that. When you put them in, you don't want too much flour, but you do want them to be completely coated on both sides. And so now I'm just going to drop them in the deep fryer. It's been heating up for a while, so yep, it's ready. I think I can add another one in there, so I'll go ahead and I'll coat another one. Because I only want to put 3 in there. So I have another one in there. And I'm not going to turn them over until they begin to brown. And then I'll turn them over. Meanwhile, I have some sweet potatoes in the oven. And I got this new wonderful, wonderful glaze that I am going to put on them. It's a caramel glaze with nutmeg. And when I get the sweet potato done, I am going to show you what, and it is going to be wonderful. You just watch and see. Okay, so the pork chops are cooking. Well, they're frying. So we'll give them a minute. And when they begin to get golden brown, I'll let you see what they look like, okay? I'll be right back. So, this is Betty, and while my pork chops are still cooking, I wanted to show you this amazing sweet potato. And I made sweet potatoes for the family meal tonight, but I didn't make them all the same because everybody might not like the glaze. But this sweet potato is done in the oven. I washed it, I oiled it, and after it was done, I wrapped it in foil. Then I made this amazing caramel nutmeg glaze, and that's going to make this sweet potato all the more wonderful. So this is something that you can have with your meal. And the pork chops are almost done, and I'll be right back. Hey everybody, it's Miss Betty, and I'm back for my final segment. And I made these amazing pork chops. I deep fried them in my Dutch oven because we don't always have to pull out our deep fryer. These are amazing. Look at that. They're absolutely wonderful. And what I did to season my pork chops, I'll show you again. I used some paprika, some black pepper. I also used, as always, Slap Your Mama. And I used this amazing Weber steak and chop seasoning. This is marvelous, darling. It's marvelous. And of course, I use my seasoning now. I just sprinkled a little bit of each seasoning on my pork chop because I didn't want them to be too salty. And while my pork chop was frying, I made this amazing sweet potato. And I glazed it with some nutmeg and some caramel sauce. Now, I didn't make the whole family meal like this because everybody may not like the caramel sauce. So I made it and I set it to the side so that if anybody wants that on their sweet potato, they can do it. Again, this is my sweet potato. And to do that, I used some nutmeg. Again, for my sweet potato glaze, I used nutmeg and I used my Smucker's caramel flavor topping. That made an amazing topping for my sweet potato. So this is Miss Betty, and it's been fun cooking with you on Fawn Ridge today. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.